There is nothing cooler than Mission Impossible. You all know what it is. Even if you've never seen a Mission Impossible movie, you've heard the iconic theme song. Here's a little background into the franchise. It started as a TV spy show in the 60s, much like another spy show known as Man from U.N.C.L.E. Mission Impossible saw a small group of covert government agents go on impossible spy missions taking down corrupt governments and terrorists. They were known as the Impossible Mission Force, an agency independent of the United States, working to ensure world peace. And if they ever die or get caught, the US can dodge accountability. I can't speak to the quality of the original show because I've never seen it, but it was popular, lasting a total of 7 seasons. That wasn't the end, however, because it came back for 2 more seasons in 1988, with a few returning cast members. The premise saw Jim Phelps, the main character of the 60s show, return to form a new team of IMF agents under his leadership. Again, I can't speak to the quality of this show because I've never seen it, but soon enough it was cancelled. There were multiple reasons why. There were a lot of strikes going on at the time, and they were made to compete with another popular show, so the 80s show ended. You would think that would be the end of this franchise, but 6 years later, shockingly, we were getting a big budget movie starring Tom Cruise. I couldn't find any information about why this movie was made other than money, but whoever did greenlight this franchise is feeling really proud of themselves. Because the Mission Impossible movie franchise is arguably the greatest spy movie franchise of all time, rivaling if not surpassing the James Bond films. The movies see the ever-awesome Tom Cruise play Ethan Hunt, former master criminal turned IMF agent. Throughout all of these movies, he recruits a team and goes on missions that are impossible. I know, shocker. All to save the world or take down psycho criminals. What makes these movies so awesome is the jaw-dropping, mostly practical stunts. I mean it, no other movie franchise has stunts like the ones in these movies. For example, Tom Cruise once held onto a plane as it flew into the air. A plane! And he was just hanging out on the outside. The guy is nuts. That's why there are 8 movies in this franchise, and they just keep getting better and better. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We upload videos just like this one on our Remore channel. Make sure you're subscribed with that bell pressed to get notified when we upload. Subscribing is completely free and you can always change your mind. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you subscribe, it would mean a lot to us. Today, I am talking about the 7th movie in the franchise, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. The story of this, which barely matters in these movies, because we're here for the stunts, but the story is a super advanced AI called the Entity has evolved and is now trying to take over the world, infecting every computer on the planet. He is literally Vengex from Power Rangers RPM. So Ethan and his team have to find these 2 keys that unlock the safe to the Entity's source code to destroy it. They not only have to contend with the Entity, but also every government in the world, because they all want the source code so they can control the Entity and use it as their ultimate weapon. When Ethan and his team know the Entity is far too powerful to be wielded by one person, now the race is on to get to the Entity's source code and save the world. First off, almost all of the characters are great. We have Luthor, Benji, and Elsa returning from the previous movies, and they are as great as ever. Plus Elena from the last movie. We even have Kittredge returning from the first movie as the new director of the IMF, as well as new characters Briggs and Degas, 2 agents trying to hunt down Ethan Hunt. As for bad guys, we have the dangerous assassin Paris, who also plays Mantis in the Guardians of the Galaxy. She is working for Gabriel, master spy and terrorist who has aligned himself with the Entity and has a history with Ethan. When Ethan was still a criminal, Gabriel killed a girl he was with and framed Ethan for it, which led Ethan to the IMF in the first place. Gabriel is the weakest part of the movie. And you might have a different opinion, but I thought he wasn't that great. He doesn't have that much charisma, and he's not that intimidating. And we've had a lot of great bad guys in this franchise, so he's just underwhelming. He does do the most damage, however, and that's because he kills Elsa. And it's been a long time since a main character IMF agent was killed off. On the flip side of that, we got a great new character in the form of Grace, played by Hayley Atwell, who also played Captain Carter in the MCU. What I like about her is we're basically retelling Ethan's story with her. I mean it, Grace is a master thief who gets roped into this adventure, and ends up joining the IMF and has a great moment where she risks her life to save Ethan. The stunts in this movie are awesome. We get 3 really insane sequences. The first being this absolutely ridiculous car chase that would fit right into a Fast and Furious film. Next was an insane motorcycle jump off of a cliff and parachuting down to a moving train, like this was GTA or something. And then we have this nuts train sequence, where they're fighting on a train before the train falls off of a bridge and our heroes have to jump across cars as they are falling. I have no idea how much of this was CGI, but regardless, it looks amazing. The movie ends with Ethan getting the 2 keys, and in the next movie he has to find the Entity and destroy it, as well as bring down Gabriel. This is the first time Mission Impossible was ever a 2-parter, by the way. Still, this This movie was awesome. I absolutely loved it, and it got me so pumped up for Mission Impossible 8. We'll be covering that movie soon enough. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.